Three Corners is just your average small town, standing on the banks of a flood-prone river with a large pub anchoring the village at a once famous three-way intersection. Now it's simply convenient, as people chase the country dream, the country lifestyle, just not the unceasing agricultural workload. Population 2,000-ish. But like all small towns, scratch the surface and you'll be surprised at what you find underneath. In that sense, Three Corners is really no different to any other small town I know, except perhaps for some of the characters you might meet. Two cups. It was a Queen Anne. A small teacup with dainty detailed violets painted on the bone china and a tiny gold rim on the handle and lip. It was part of her wedding set, with saucers, bread and butter plates, a teapot, sugar bowl and a cream jug. There were also two sizes of teacups, the smaller, delicate one for the ladies, the larger size with larger handles for the gentlemen. She only ever used it on the best of occasions, the very special ones. A gentle English breakfast or a subtle Earl Grey, served with her light scones, homemade raspberry jam, or her special citron tart. Considered quite outlandish at the time, she felt bold and reckless when she first served it. Now, though, it's standard in her repertoire. The day of the flood, the entire sideboard got washed from one side of the house to the other, and when they came back to look at the damage, she found the teapot broken, along with 3 of the cups and the sugar bowl. The furniture was ruined. The house stank of that horrid, wet, manky mud. Everything she'd ever owned, including the love letters from her parents, had been washed away or destroyed. And despite the remnants of the set that weren't broken, it was those fragments that she cried over most. The memories of that wedding day, her family, the excitement, the years of promise that were before her. Her husband thought she was being silly and reminded her just how lucky they were, and she knew that, though it didn't stop the tears at the time. So she bought the beautiful cups out of the sideboard, and the memories faded as the special set became the everyday one. Over the years, friends, children, grandchildren and great-grandchildren had drunk from those cups. Confidences, consolations, congratulations. Those cups hold those memories. But now there's only 2 left. And when she passed, they were collected with the bits and pieces in the cupboard and crated off to the antique shop. There they sat in a tiny corner, unnoticed by many, until the old antique store had closed and the cafe next door was given 3 bags of teacups and assorted saucers to see if they could sell them. $2 each. In the cafe, the early morning quiet gave them time to have a bit of a rummage to see if they could use any. A couple of the regular customers took a small interest and looked on as the cups were taken out, examined, spoken about and matched up with saucers. All but 2. 2 Queen Anne cups with delicate violets painted on the bone china. 2 teacups, one in a regular size and one smaller. No saucers though, and so no interest from the cafe owners. An older lady in the corner saw them, the flowers reminding her of a good friend long gone, so she asked and then bought them, wrapping the 2 in her favourite scarf and braving the chill wind outside without it. They now stand, pride of place, on her kitchen sideboard to be used when her granddaughter comes over. Painted by fairies, she tells her. One full with tea the other with milk. 2 cups, the perfect size. Today's episode of Three Corners was produced by our maestro,
Postie,
and featured the spelt-like tones of Jack. For more stories, go to hittheroadjack.com.au or subscribe to the Three Corners podcast.